Well, that's not what I intended to do. Well, I hit the go live button early, so apparently anybody who showed up early or is watching the VOD can sit here and watch me do this. I might go in now. Actually, no, I don't think I will go in and edit it, because the way the editing stuff works with editing the stream videos is that it actually doesn't edit the video. It makes a different video of it that you can download and re-upload, and it's a pain, and I'm not wanting to deal with that right now. So yeah, I guess you just get to sit here and watch the loading screen load. Yes, if you're watching this video on demand, skip to about 8 minutes or so, 9 minutes in. That should skip you past, this. Okay, so the game is up. It's technically still a minute early though, so I'm not actually gonna start things up yet. But I will just look around. It's been a couple of days. Yeah, we are definitely getting close to being done with this map, although there are a few things left to go. I need to extend the tram network of this down to pick up that station. I need to install a tram network here, both for goods and for people. Let's see, what else? Never did put in trams here or here. No, I did put them in here. But I'll bet you that the tram network here needs to be extended. Actually, yeah, it needs one more stop, like down in this area somewhere. But only one more. Maybe send it like down here or something. Now that tram needs to be extended. And I need to install, but I need the passenger connection up to here. I haven't even started on that one yet. Okay, so first things first, put in the train line up here, but I didn't get the tram in on this side, so it is literally connected to absolutely nothing. And we're going to do this without catenary. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're going to come up this way and make a loop here. Yeah, here. There we go. We'll have one down that way, and one up there, and then one smack dab in the middle, maybe. Yeah, that ought to do it. So this line is going to go from, there we go, from there, 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 there. Actually, I think I'm going to put in a stop here on the other side and send it back through there. Because may as well, it goes right past it, so yeah. That ought to do. Yeah. And then let's get a few trams on that. We have a bunch of passenger trams already stored in here, both electric and regular. I think we're going to use up the a couple of the steam ones before we start electrifying paths out to the various places. These three ought to do it. Onto that line 2 there. And then we also need a cargo drop-off line or 2. And I think we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna put those on the same bit here. hopefully we'll only need one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up needing a second. Well, yeah, for now we can do just the one, but I think that to prepare for future expansion, we'll do 2, 1 down there. We'll go in, there you go, and then 1 up here. So we'll put in a line from there, that one, and then another line from that one to that one. Come on, register both. There you go. And apparently it's flipping them around in the middle of the road, which I'd really rather it not do. So in order to avoid that, I need to give it a turnaround point and a oh, that's a completely a waypoint. Yeah, that's what those things are called. This is just going to be a real tiny little bit, just sticking out like that. And in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and lock that in as well, so that they don't build off of it. And that's just a little bit there, just to put the tram track on, so that they can do a UE there. And while we're at it, no traffic lights, please. I mean, it's not even a proper junction, it's just a little turnaround bit. Okay, so, just to check. Okay, so that tram line is now turning around there, but for some reason that one is going back that way when it really oh, probably because that isn't upgraded to have tram track. Yep, that'd do it. And now, yep, they're all now happy. And we do need that other cargo platform here. And we probably will wind up eventually extending these. Because, yeah, actually, I'm going to, although, let's see, the ships only have a capacity of 100, and I believe that each one of the little segments is 40. So that actually would be about enough. But I think what I'll do if I can is, yeah, I'll do that. Because it doesn't really mess with the distance that they have to travel much, but it does give us that little bit of extra. There we go. And I'm going to need to swap the terminals. Apparently I have 2 line 3s. There we go. Now I'm just gonna randomly grab one of them and swap it to the other terminal. And actually, I think I will give that a separate entrance too, just because I can. Or maybe not, since it doesn't want to let me. It probably would if I knocked those back and then re-extended them, but not worth the hassle. So yeah, that's tram stuff in for that, and this place should now start shipping to there. theoretically, once it gets a load of planks, which that should be shipping to them. Apparently not, though. Is that not receiving logs? We have the logs train in, don't we? Oh, we never put a vehicle on the log shuttle. That is weird. Well, okay then. See, it should need about 4 times as much as the grain shuttle, which is 10 cars and 600. So we'll want a big engine and 40 cars. Or we could do 2 engines, but I think I'd... Oh, well, we actually already have a train. Just gonna check though, does this train flip? Because we don't want the one going on there to flip. Yeah, it does drive backwards. So yeah, we'll just put this train on the log shuttle. Ready-made for it. We might wind up adding an additional engine to that to up the power a little bit more, but yeah, this should be more than adequate. In fact, I'm gonna bet you that I actually made this for the log shuttle and just didn't put it on for some reason. But even if I didn't, this is basically perfect. No. We'll just leave that to go. It'll make its way there. It's already 20-some logs on the platform. So it should fill up right properly full by the time the train gets there. And then we should start getting machines actually being shipped out. Glad I caught that, because that would have left me very confused. Let's see. Are these now... These are not yet going to Biddulph, though. Let's see, that is connected to that. Oh, I didn't put trams on those 2 lines, did I? No, that's fine. We have some cargo trams in here. They're going to be sent on out. So let's do 2 on each to start. And then send those to line 4. There we go. Now has that started up the shipment? Let's see. Yeah, that's connected. And that's connected. And these guys ought to be able to pick up food here. Yep, they're supposed to fill up full on food. And bring it back to here, which is connected to that. Which should then ship it out to there, which is connected to commercial buildings. So I'm not seeing what the problem is here. I mean, it is shipping everything that's stored right now, or that's being produced right now. It might just, well, let's see, yeah, but Biddulph still is saying it's not consuming any. Excuse me. I think we'll just have to keep an eye on that one, because it should be working. Yeah. Let's see, there's the, one of the passenger trams. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Let's see, has this guy gotten any... Nope, he hasn't gotten any planks yet. Have these guys at least gotten logs? Nope. Just the logs train still hasn't gotten in yet. Oh, nope, there it is. And it has gotten onto the line, but it's heading back to get its first little bit of logs right now. And we need to clean up stuff like that at some point. Yeah, well, stuff like that's probably what I'm going to do for, like, the very last episode, once I've gotten, you know, everything. Oh, speaking of things, let's get that turned on. But anyway, I think that I'm going to probably spend the last episode just going around, you know, having one last look over the entire map and fixing lots of little details like that. Let's see, while I'm waiting on that to get going, let's add the additional tram stop down here. Well, first things first, let's see. So between that one, cover down through there and down through there. So I need one that'll cover all of that area, the station. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that bit through. That's it, the have tram track. And I also think that this road, it's basically highway road, so it needs to be a bit bigger. I think I might go ahead and just make it real big. But no, let's just go to 4 lanes. No need to have like, that many lanes. Oh, we can't make it bigger right here in front of the station though, but we can get rid of it temporarily and then put it back in. It does curve in a little bit, so I can probably straighten it out a little, and that'll... Oh, no, I don't want... Well, let's go the other way. There we go. And then this will... I'm gonna continue straight compared to that, and then it'll... Yeah, it'll S-bend in there like that. Let's see, will that up? Nope. Ooh, and it's collisioning on both sides, isn't it? Well, then I guess we're just going to be going the bigger 2-lane one. Wait, and actually out there it can be highway. Or not highway, country road. You know what I mean. Okay, so it's not going to let us upgrade all the way. It needs to be smaller going into that intersection because it can't have the intersection that close to the track, but we can make it bigger for the rest of it, like that. And that brings it a little closer. Wait, we didn't want bus lanes though. And we want this bit to have bus lanes. And we'll snap that straight so it avoids that bit. Yeah, that'll do. But we want to upgrade to have the tram track. There. And then let's put in tram track around here. And then we'll put in a couple of tram stops down this way. So let's get passenger, not cargo. We'll have one there, and one up there-ish. Probably more than I really need, but whatever. So after North Road, we'll now be going around that way. I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, no, there's no actual cargo stuff down there. That's just residential. So I don't need to extend the cargo tram line, at least not down there. Let's game rolling. Let's see, does that... Yeah, that extends all the way to the peninsula there. Let's see, that covers that area, but does that want food, or does that want... Well, if it wants bricks, it might actually be just directly covered. Yeah, that area is directly covered by this train station. So either way, that area is fine. And then, yeah, if this town has full coverage for everything it really needs right now. Oh, and it is now shipping food, apparently. Only a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. It's not a huge town. Let's see. Okay, so apparently that farm still needs to be connected up. Okay, yeah, I still needed to put in the little shuttle connecting it up to that, which is in turn shuttling up to there. Let's see, I'm gonna wait for that to pull in and see, does it? It does, because that's 350, so that should be less than 150, and I believe these are 280 capacity. So that should leave plenty to also ship the grain. Let's just see, though. Oh yeah, those are looking pretty overrate. Yep. Well, actually, they're not that far over rate, but yeah, it does have, you know, a couple of wagons left over. I might need to extend the trains a little bit once I'm shipping in the grain, but I didn't want to put that in. So first, let's just see what I can do in terms of bringing the connection just a little closer. Let's see. I can do that. I doubt that's going to be at all. Yeah, no, I knew that wasn't going to be close enough to direct connect, but it will let us put whatever station we have over here. And I think I'm going to do this with a little rail shuttle. I don't need to, but I feel like it, so I will. And this is just drop off, so we can just put one little bit of track right there at the end. And hopefully that'll curve in, although looking at it now, I don't think so. Let's see. No, it actually does, surprisingly enough. I mean, it doesn't curve in fast enough to snap to the road, but... And let's actually start it coming down a little, because I do want to get snap to the road. Just because I think that these sorts... Oh, no catenary. Yeah, I do think that these sorts of slower lines do look really good when you have them running alongside the road. Although we are going to need to separate from the road to do that turn. We can come out like there-ish, though. And then... Nope. That's not what I asked you to do. There we go. And it did actually connect up properly. And let's put in our station here. And I am going to be figuring this up to be a bit different. Okay, first things first. I do want the newer track, and I don't want catenary. So I'll just go ahead and do it from this menu while I'm in here. And that should be far enough out to get a platform on. And I think I'm going to come out to there. And then that should be close enough that this will connect. But we don't want to stick out into the field there, so let's put on that, which we remove the excess stuff and finish off with the track, bring it all the way out just for looks. That should be fine once this autosave is done. Then we just need to give it a little bit of depot access, and we're done with this. There we go. And let's just see. Yep, and that does connect. So we're going to put in our line from there to there. We could use that bit of depot access there, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to come off of here going that way. we go. And we'll get a small train for that. We want something that I know will let me flip. Let's see. I mean, we could try out some of the various ones that I have that I don't typically use because they're not that fast. We could use these ones. I haven't pulled those out this series yet. Actually, maybe that one. Actually, we tested those and those worked. Actually, I haven't used these this time. I mean, they're real slow, but honestly, we can afford it here. So, yeah, let's grab that one. And let's just see. Okay, so that one's fully colorable. This one, at least according to this, should color the side plates, which I hope it will. But it didn't when I first started trying to use this mod, but it might have fixed itself. Who knows? Let's see. Look. This is. I don't think these ones, but I think the other really old ones. These. Yeah, these are more than fast enough, actually, and they do hold grain. So yeah, we actually could use these for it. So let's bring it up to like... Oh, actually, yeah, let's bring it up to 50 capacity, maybe? 50-ish. And put that onto the newest line there. Oh well, they don't seem to have fixed the hinting issue with the side plates on these trams, but that's not too big a deal. It's still nice. But yeah, part of the thing with the tinting issue is I got these, the mod for these trams because I wanted to use them for, Toby from the Thomas series. And I wanted to try and do the, classic books, chocolate and blue thing, you know, brown on the top, blue, cow catches and side plates. And I thought it was going to let me when I saw the color and stuff, and it didn't. But either way, it's fine. But although this needs a brake van. Oh wow, and I still can't actually use the generic one. I'm surprised. Thought that timed out earlier than this. Let's see. What's the rate on this? Oh yeah, that's way more rate than we even need, too. Like almost double, geez. So yeah, let's remove like 7 of these. See. That was 6 of them, but let's check the rate now. Yeah. We'll leave it with 11. It's still a bit over rate, but yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I just want to check something. Usually you can look at these sorts of things by putting yourself through the model. I want to see. Yep, and this is an 060, so this is correct for Toby. Just wanted to double check that. Definitely interesting. Yeah, some of these models are very interesting when you get actually on the inside. Yeah, they don't actually have that much. And some of them are really detailed on the inside, and some of them there's basically nothing in there. Still. But yeah, I do kind of like, though, taking this excuse to use those really old-style wagons. And just generally putting on, you know, this sort of a train. Hopefully this does reverse. Oh, man. Okay, apparently the mod I have for Toby is one of the ones that's broken with the reversing thing. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I really do need to go on and comment for the mod creator for that and see if he can see if they can figure out what is up with that. Anyway, while I'm thinking about it, though, we just put a decent few new vehicles out. Let's go to all. Maintenance cost very high. Apply. Because we're bringing in a ton of money. We can afford to do it. So, why not? Yeah, it does annoy me a bit, though, that this one is going to flip, but whatever. We probably shouldn't, you know, just be following this guy in, but, you know, we're already nearly there. Let's just finish it. Let's just finish what we started and follow him all the way. Actually, just in case I was wrong on the blue thing, and it's just because I chose so dark of a blue. Let's try. Yeah, let's see. It looks like it actually does even change the tint of the wood a little bit, but. Okay, so apparently it does change it, just not by very much. That's definitely interesting, though, and you can tell that while most of it is affected, there are definitely bits of it that are very blatantly not. Let's see what more pale blue does. Yeah, if you put, it looks like if you put anything short of white, the darkness on the trim undoes it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my dark blue standard cargo livery. I'm using it for everything else. I may as well use it for this, but yeah, I do kind of wish that tinted a little better, but and unfortunately he's gonna flip because drive backward is not enabled. And now that we are up here, I'm gonna pull up the rate again for a bit just to make sure that the calculations don't get affected, because it might drop with the stuff, because I don't know if that calculation was done based on the power calling the full rate or not. Let's see. And the power rating actually dips down to mediocre when the train is full, so Yeah, that is a good indication that it might wind up changing by a bit. But yeah, I kind of like this train though. Even with the flipping issue, I kind of like the old wooden tram with the old little tiny hopper cars. Kind of like it. So yeah, yeah, I would rather it didn't flip though. Yeah, and the rate is adjusting down, so I'm betting that we are gonna at some point here need a extra wagon or two on that. But for now, we can just leave it. I'll actually, no, it'll probably wind up with some backlog. So let's go ahead and modify this and add another wagon now, and then we'll add more as time goes on. We want cargo. Another one of those. And modify. And we'll keep that up and keep half an eye on it. And optimize it as we go. You're starting to get a little bit of a build-up of people there. I think those are the smaller ones, though. Yeah, it's... Oh, something just came and picked up everything up. Okay, that's fine. This one has 29, but each tram has like a little over 30 capacity. So we might need to put one more back on, but it's looking like there's going to keep up. He's going to pull in and pick up basically everybody, is my guess. Actually, I don't know if he's going to drop everybody off or not, though. So we do have a couple of extra electric trams. I may as well put one of them back on. Yeah, it's down to 3. Well, he did manage to clear the platform, but one more wouldn't hurt, and it also upped the rate a bit. And we got a ton of them. And it's not like we can't afford to run them. So we'll put one more back onto the Blackpool tram. Oh wait, I didn't mean to get rid of that. I had that up for a reason. Aren't I just impressive? I mean, it's dipped down even more, but not too much more. So that, yeah, we probably are good now. And that is now properly shipping to there. And it's now getting stuff from all of it, although that stuff hasn't gotten there yet. Definitely got a bit of a roundabout journey, but it'll get there. This hasn't got anything yet. That's producing, but it's not shipping anything. That's odd. That's connected to that. That's connected to that. Why are these guys not picking anything up? So here they should be just picking up the timber, not the logs. The timber. And there they should be picking up the just the machines. That ought to do it. For some reason they were trying to move logs, and that's not what I wanted. This should now... Oh, and looky there, it immediately went to shipping. Because of course it was just that I set it up wrong. And it's just going to keep on going up, too. I'm finding all sorts of things that I screwed up with this. But, yeah. And is this that ship full? Yep. No, that one's only got 2 on it, so guessing the one that's just about to pull in probably is... nope. No, it's got some on board. It's being moved. So anytime now, this should get its first couple of planks and immediately start producing and shipping that. Any minute now. Okay, and we know for a fact this ship has 2 planks on it. It's not much, but it's more than 0. So if we follow this ship in, we should see it drop off its 2 planks. And then we should be able to check in there, and it should say that it's shipping 2 machines. And hopefully the next ship should be a little more full. Yeah, today's definitely gone a bit more optimized than I intended it to. But considering how close to the end of everything we are... okay, we just got the recolorable British Pullmans. Yeah, I guess apparently they don't let you recolor them until this time. I guess that's when... Because it said in the dude's thing that the reason that he made them only have the curtains recolor is because that they ran on with the same livery no matter what railway they were sent to. And I'm guessing that, like, apparently in 1947 that stopped being a thing. And and so now they're recolorable. I don't think I'm like go through and replace them all, although I might at some point replace them all with the recolorable ones. But probably not, though. But any new ones I get definitely will be. Anyway. And... dropped them off. And this has them. And now it's made 2 and shipped 1. Which should be, yep, right there on the platform. Let's see, this guy should have more logs. Yeah, 14 on that shipment. And this is only going to go up, because this is currently shipping as much as it's allowed to. It'll take a little while, because until this guy levels up, that one can only ship 100. But it should now be, you know, all set, all just a matter of working its way through, leveling up the buildings, all that good stuff. Although, judging by how empty that is, this seems to be way overweight. Yeah, 1,217. And it only needs, I think, 800. So yeah, we can probably send one of these 4 trains back into the depot. Yeah, let's yeah, and this one's empty too. So yeah, I think this one's going to go back to the depot. And we'll keep the 3 matching ones that we bought specifically for this line. But the one oddball, which I think is, no, wherever it was, that the one oddball one is going to head back into the depot, and we'll have it to send out for some other freight line at some point here. Let's see. Right now, these guys do technically have a passenger connection to the main city, but it's only via here, and it's a lot, so I don't think that many people are actually going to use that, so I'm going to want something that is going to pull in up here. Put in a second platform. So yeah, no, we don't want to manage that line. But yeah, that's been stable for a while, so yeah, I think that this is fine. So yeah, we're going to grab this and configure it. And we'll add... Oh no, we don't want the old track, we want the new track. And platforms, and I think that we're going to do green on this side. Just because. And I'll want to... unless the overpass constructor is working now. Nope, that's not unlocked yet. Yeah, no, I don't think any of that stuff unlocks until a bit later. So we need the underpasses instead. Seems weird, though, that, like, tunneling under the station unlocks sooner than, you know, building simple bridges over it. But whatever, I'm not the person who designed the game, so I'm sure they had their reasons. Although, I know what the reason is. It's because the mod was not done by the game devs, so it wasn't, you know, time balanced to coincide with the stuff that the game devs did. Oh, apparently that bit's kind of makes sense. That's the skinny platform. Although I think that to make things match, I actually am going to remove that bit of platform there in its entirety. And I'm going to put it back down blue. And that is going to temporarily break things a little bit. So we got narrow blue. Oh, and I have to remove a lot of other stuff, actually. I should not have done that, but I did. So here we are. Hopefully I can get away with just removing those, but I probably have to remove that bit too, which means I'm going to have to knock that. Let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, nope. Yeah, we're going to have to do a bunch more configuring. You know what, I think I'm just not going to extend those. Come on. No. Remove just... There you go. And remove that. Remove that. Then we're going to take that and put the platform stuff back on. So we want the narrow blue platform. Apparently we want narrow opposite. There we go. And now, once we get out of this menu and it stops being red, that sign should be blue. And then, there we go. Let's fix the red. Yeah, now the sign there is blue instead of the green that it had been. Much nicer. And I do still want the canopy. That's for sure. And so now we'll put the road back in, put the access back in, and everything will be fine. There we go. And that's everything fixed. And this is just, as I said, this is just a bit of narrower platform to allow for the steps to fit in a little nicer. I probably could have done it with the full width platform and steps, but I don't know, wanted to do it this way, so I did it. Anyway, see, that's just depot access, but this actually needs to be a good bit quicker. So this, I'm actually going to cross it over. Yeah, I want to bring it over so that it'll put down another foot. That? Yeah, I think we'll have to take out that foot, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And it's definitely full speed. And this does have to cross over quite a few tracks. See, this actually we want as close to full speed as we can get it, because this is the passenger line. Yeah. 210 is all my current passenger trains do, although it might get more than that at some point. I think that I'm actually going to go ahead and say, not that one. Well, actually, yeah, no, all of these. I'm going to make all of these double slips, and then this can at least partially, this can like take over for the depot access for those sections. It's a simpler, easier depot access, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then we're going to put in signals either side. Because those little shuttle lines need to be blocked off from this. And these ones should only need it one side. And we want a clearing signal here. I need to pick up some dwarf signals to put in as clearing signals. But anyway, we want a fairly short block here, just a little bit bigger than the passenger trains, so that things will clear through there fairly quickly, but the rest of this can be a bit bigger on the blocking. And I do think that I want to try and keep with my turnaround loops that I've been doing up through now, so let's see if I can manage to thread this bit through. Nope, too close to the thing. Apparently that's the closest it can cross over, but it has to be. Okay, apparently we need to go a bit further up than that. Okay. So apparently that's as close as we can get. And that puts a real nasty bump in there. Can probably go tighter if we're coming from, like, up here, maybe. I'm going to come like that, and then I'm actually going to trim that off so I can get a nicer curve in. And this ought to go in. There you go. mean, it's a real sharp curve coming out of the station, but as it is coming out of the station, that shouldn't matter too much. I'm going to do similar here. Not going to curve... Actually, maybe I will have to curve this one as harshly. See, this one needs to cross all the way over into that passenger track right there. So we'll... Yeah. Well, we'll bring this up as far as we can. Although I also think I'm going to wind up putting it in a second time from there up, give it a little bit more speed up time. So that it's not having to, you know, creep its way across, you know, 3 tracks at 60 some odd. See, I think I'm going to go ahead and rip out all of that. And then I'll put it back in again just a bit quicker. But firstly, it does need to come out there. And then this one, I'm just going to stretch out as long as I can. And hopefully let it build up some speed on its way in. It really doesn't seem to be. Actually, what we can do is squeeze in like this. .50 apparently is the best we can actually do on that. It's not great, but we can actually go alongside in the opposite direction here for at least up until like there, and then curve in, and that gives it a bit of time to absolutely, you know, just straight up floor it. Apparently it's not going to let me put it in there. Okay, ooh, we just got a bunch of stuff. Oh. Okay, so apparently we got British Rail versions of prairie tanks. As well as a new version of the Princess Royal and a new versions of a bunch of stuff, basically. Yeah. Basically a ton of new British Railways stuff. Which, fine by me. Yeah, we're going to come from here. I'm just going to take it out here and do like... I said it's just as stretched out as it'll let me. And that still isn't great, but that should let us come in at like... Actually, if I hold shift, I should be able to get a bit more. Now let's bring it up so that it's up there. There we go. And then we're actually going to trim that. And then we're going to come off of here and try and bring that in even tighter. Which is, we're going to have to take that back to be able to do it. Yeah, I mean, then that actually hasn't helped at all. In fact, it's made it a little bit worse. Well then. Oop. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not good. That's very not good. I'll bet you that 1 or 2 cargo trains just switch themselves onto the passenger track for a little bit and cause me unknowable amounts of trouble and irritation. But whatever. There we go. That's as quick as I can get that. Just brought it up to 128. And then... yeah, I know this is like completely overkill, but I really do want to have this guy cut across as quickly as the game will let it. And I really don't want to wind up with a train dawdling across opposing traffic. And this should let it come through at like over 100, theoretically. Now, I doubt it'll be able to accelerate faster, although it probably can if I only do a, if I do like an A4 with 2 cars instead of 3, maybe. Although, actually I can also do this up a bit differently, so that it, comes back a bit more and gives it a little more run-up time. That'll help. We have to bring this... no. That. Come on, you. And I'm just going to trim off that end bit and redo it. Oh, man. You know, that's what we can do. It'll let me. No. I have to do it from the other way. And actually, if I'm going ahead and doing this, I can also get a bit more speed out of it by not bringing this as close to the track. In fact, we can go... oh, yeah, we can go completely straight. No, I'll betcha I can actually get it to bridge over there. If I'm real careful. Come straight up the hillside here. If we keep that going right the way up. Let's see. No, because that one also climbs the mountainside a bit, so maybe if we force this to elevate itself more than it has to, it might. Grab from the double slip and put this in. Out totally straight, but full elevation. But yeah, that should help both by bring it up higher. Oh yeah, there you go. That's perfect. And since we're doing this so sharply, I could do that. Although I think I'm going to put in a girder bridge here. I think that those look the best over really short distances like this. Yeah, that's the bridge I'm looking for. And I want to see if it'll let me bring that down. Nope. It has to be full. But we can do that. And then put in from here, going back down. Although, if it, actually I might see if I can get it to continue. Actually, nah, No, let's let it just come right the way down. And we want this to be fairly abrupt, so I'm going to make this section fairly short, which will make it bow a lot more. And then, now that should... Oh no, don't do this to me. No. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if we take that bit there and we just make it the shortest thing imaginable. Yeah, I mean, that's practically like a hard break. In fact, it is a hard break. I don't like doing it that way. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's a little better. And then if we come from here, oop, that means it needs less time to change its slope. Apparently it doesn't want to go in that way. Let's see if I get it in this way. Oh, why are you not snapping? Okay. Well, then apparently we have to go a little bit further with this. But it's already at fully sloping down. So that's good. Hey, there we go. I mean, it probably is, a touch over on the over-constrained side, but I am fine with that so long as it'll go in. And it most certainly does. And we've got just this itty-bitty little girder bridge going over that shuttle line so that it doesn't interfere. And then and because it's coming up the slope here, all of the straight section is very steeply downhill. So that should, and actually, as a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to redo this going the other way. I'm going to remove that, remove the bridge, remove all of that, and hopefully this will force a slightly sharper slope there. And actually, I think I might also go with the red girder bridge. I mean, I really like the red girder bridge, but I mean, we could also go with the just regular steel color. But no, I like the green. Let's go green. Yeah. Actually, if we do this longer, that'll also... But basically what I'm trying to do here is force the game to make a steeper slope here, which should force the... basically, because it's a steeper downhill slope, that'll hopefully help the train pick up a little bit more speed coming down it into there. And now this is the side where it's over-constrained to be steeper than it should be. And it's accelerating the whole way. So yeah, the train should get to the top there and then very rapidly pick up speed going down that sharp hill. And it also raises the bridge just a little higher, makes it a little nicer. But yeah. And actually both sides are a little over-constrained. But yeah, I think that's a little nicer. And we'll smooth that and make it like one smooth embankment rather than have that really blatant plateau in the middle. We'll smooth that out a bit. But yeah, anyway, if we put a new line from there all the way over to there as we unlock, I'm betting you that's a new tram and a bus. Over to there, and this should, but it's not, automatically taking the loop because I don't have a waypoint. Although what I can do that's a little easier than a waypoint is if I just grab a signal, one way, yes, there, that should force it to go up and over, and it does. And then we'll put in signals here. See, we'll put a signal right the way up there. Right the way up there. And then this one, we actually want it to not stop until it's actually... We don't want it to stop on the slope. We want it to gain speed there. So if a train is already... if a cargo train is already in there booking oh wait, no, we don't want those one way though. Although, I mean, I guess there's no reason they can't be. I like to keep most of my signals two-way, just in case I wind up having to back a train up. I like to be able to do it without messing about with signals. So yeah, we're gonna... That one's fine because that's a turnaround loop, and there's no reason for a turnaround loop to be two-way. But yeah, we want that. And I'm also going to put in this right here. And I'm also going to trim that back and put those bits in not quite as long, because I don't like the look of that. I think having the lumpy gravel is going to be better than having the pointless switch in the middle. Yeah, there we go. We'll come right up to the switch on either side, but we won't go all the way through. Well, I guess we could put in like a siding type thing in the middle there, but I don't think that would look very good. We're going to go as far as... Nope. No, there we go. As far as it'll let me do the nice smooth thing. And then that we just are going to fill in with painted gravel. And it's not going to look as good, but it won't look bad either. So yeah, let's bring the brush size down, and shift and paint to get rid of the dirt stuff, and there. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad either. And yeah, that train is definitely, that's a very sharp slope. Oop. But yeah, let's, we have to fully colorable British Pullmans too, so we can get a nice train going with that. We also might, although I don't know for sure, actually have the Mark II and Mark III coaches now. We had the like placeholder thing for the Mark III that didn't actually have any capacity, which I'm definitely not going to use because, you know, it's completely pointless. But I would like to use some of the Mark II and Mark III British Rail stuff. Anyway, we get the A4. We want the A4 Unlimited in my colors. There we go. And passenger. Let's see. Yeah, nah, that's not the one we want. And yeah, it's gotta be the British Pullmans. And we will do British Pullman, but we want these guys. And we want a first class, a third class, and the rear third class brake. Yeah, and we know that's the rear brake because the windows are towards the front. And I find it astounding though that even that is considered mediocre with that powerful of an engine. I mean, it's got like 2,000 kilowatts of power, but I mean, those are, fairly heavy carriages, but still, that is pretty weird, which is why I probably will upgrade to the Mark II or Mark IIIs when they become available. I mean, yeah, like it takes 3 minutes to get up to its full 203 kilometers an hour on flat. I think it's probably the reason it's considered mediocre. I'm gonna test just to see. So it says that's mediocre, but if we grab still the A4, but the early variant, let's see. So yeah, so all three of those have basically the same tractive effort, but this one's a lot slower. I remember, yeah, this one's a lot slower. So let's see. Now okay. Yeah, it still says mediocre. So apparently it isn't a time-based thing. It is a power-to-weight-based thing. I find that kind of weird. Anyway, this is fine, though. So we're going to grab that, and I am going to go through, and I'm going to name all of those probably after the stream. But let's get that's the first guy coming out. Yeah, and I do think that these coaches, especially with the aesthetic I try and go for with my stuff of having like the consistent color schemes, those British Pullmans look so much better colored. Like, it really does match the other stuff that I do so much nicer. But I mean, the brown ones don't look bad, just I definitely don't think they look as good. But I don't know. I think it's not how good they look as much as how cohesive it looks. So it looks a lot more, just like this is clearly, a cohesive livery, whereas that is very much, a teal A4 that's pulling some standard coaches. And my fancy tunnel. But yeah. It's real nice though. Real nice. Yeah, if he picks up more than 18 on this first run, we'll know that we need more trains on this line. We probably will either way. But if this guy picks up 18 or more, then we definitely need a second right away. So let's see. I think I want to still be following. Okay. So through this crazy foresty, bridgey area. I'm pulling into the station here. A train hasn't come in, so there's not really anybody, so there isn't anybody at all waiting yet. So, I don't know, we'll check on that in a bit, but yeah, that should pick up, that'll actually be a second connection to Market Harborough, as well as a crossover with the tram here. they can pick up Pram's stuff. And if for some reason the people in Market Harbor decide that they want to, you know, take the little double-ended tank engine down to here, and then get on that A4 instead of just going to their main station and getting on the effectively identical train there. But anyway, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe at some point I might actually redo this area at some point so that I can have, you know, this whole thing be the larger road. But I doubt I can, and I think it is fine just being, you know, smaller road. Let's see. Yep, these guys are... Ah, they've already leveled up once. And the biggest loaning thing is still the planks, but since this is leveled up... yeah, and these guys have leveled up, so it's... now actually seems to be becoming a bit of a transport. Or it might just be that it's really recently leveled up and it's still playing catch up a little, I don't know. And it also doesn't help that, it doesn't look like the logging train is fully caught up either. Hopefully it's not actually under rate. Let's see. No, that's more than 800 rate, so yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I think it is just a matter of it needs a bit of time to catch up. Yeah, and I do like having a few of the older Dinar castles puffing around over here. Yeah, a lot of these barges are probably going to wind up being replaced. But for now, though, they're fine. But I also think that I did wind up with a few too many, judging by the way that they're lining up over here. Let's just see. Oh, wow. Seriously? Jeez. I specifically got these guys because they had a high capacity and a high loading speed. But they've still backed up to the point that their rate is adjusting down as low as the bloody Dinar castles were. Why can't you pull in a bit closer? That's a ridiculous turnaround time. Jeez. And I'll bet you the other one's just as bad. That one at least is just barely keeping up with the 800. Jeez. Yeah, we are gonna have to up... Well, speak of the devil. I believe one of those two, I believe it's that one. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a quick replace. Yeah, this guy, let's see, those ones are that one. So actually, and it really isn't even much better. It's a lower loading speed, but it has more power and more speed and more capacity. But less loading speed again. Also, it does have less weight on its own. That could be part of the problem, because those guys do take forever to actually pull out. So yeah, I usually send stuff back to the depot, but I'm not going to be using these guys again, so I'm going to replace all of those ones. And I'm probably going to wind up sending a few of them over to the other line. Yeah, we're going to see how this balances out, and then I'll send the excess over once the autosave finishes saving. Well, actually, just, you know, come in here and look. Oop. Okay, so it should update at any time now. theoretically. I replaced you guys with the newer one. At least I thought I did. Replace all of them with that one. Please and thank you. I probably just replaced one. But anyway, they're all now that one. But just gonna look, make sure for the other one. Yeah, it does handle both oars and it does handle logs. Yeah, exactly the same as the tugboats I have. But yeah, we're gonna let that run for a bit and then like see how it's backing up here. Once it's run for a bit and it's established, you know, how far that backup is going to be long term, I'll know how many to send over to the other line, and then I can rebalance the other line to have slightly more than this one. Because the other line does have to detour and pick up the logs, but still. Yeah, I gotta say though, I am disappointed in the performance of those barges. Like, the point of them was to have a quick loading speed, and therefore a quicker turnaround. I know that later on there's another barge style one that has like 2 barges instead of 1. That one might handle it. But yeah. You know there's mods that like increase, you know, the power and the speed on ships. There might be one that just bulk increases the loading speed on all ships by some multiple. If there is a mod like that, I think I'm going to go ahead and download it, because I just, like, for their size, in Transport Fever, for their size, all ships have the crappiest loading speed imaginable. Like, here, if we pull this guy up, you know, I mean, it's going to be split up amongst multiple things, but, like, loading speed, well, actually, it isn't that much. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably how far they have to back up, and it is just the slowness. But yeah, like, this guy is, you know, 27 times on iron, 8 times on oil, and 5 times on grain. That actually all adds up, if I remember correctly, to, 40, yeah. Which, wait, do those flat cars only have 1 times loading speed? I don't know, it might be that you don't get, like, full efficiency out of the loading speed on those cars, or it might just be that those, universal cars have a particularly terrible loading speed. I'm actually going to check that. I want to figure this out. You know, for sure, once and for all, figure this out. Okay, so the rest of them are gone, but yeah, and that only has a 1 times loading speed. But you get some of the more modern ones, like, for instance, those 3 times. 3 times. Like, 3 times. Like, if we were to redo those trains with specialized, or even with the 1950 state cars, which actually I'm going to do because those are faster, like, 3 times loading speed. I mean, it's double the capacity, but that's still 1.5 times the loading speed. And that'll put those trains at loading speed 60, capacity 280, which is, I guess, comparable to the ships. So then, I mean, if that is the case, then why do the ships have so much trouble? If they are honestly slightly faster per capacity, I really do think it's turnaround speed. Like, they sit so far back, and like, that one has to pull out of the line, come in, stop, sit for a while and load, and then pull out, whereas these guys, I guess, just are, you know, more on each other's heels, just in and out, in and out. I get, that must be what it is. Just, I don't know, if there is a loading speed increasing mod, I will grab it, because I think the ships do need a faster loading speed to compensate for that poor turnaround time. But we also did get that other ship, the Explorer. Is that a... I think that's one of the... That's passenger. Yeah, it's a passenger one. But, yeah. Yeah, the dude who did this mod, some of his stuff is really cool, but I think all of it has at least some issues. But, anyway. Let's see, these guys should be starting to settle, and we can see they've got a good long line here. Because the loading speed is even lower. But since they are getting more at a time, that probably will help at least some. I mean, they do seem to be, at the very least, keeping this platform clear. So, and we're getting a big, long backlog, too. Let's start moving some over. These guys are going to go to the red one. Move you to the red line, and move you to the red line. And you're going to go to the red line. And you're going to go to the red line. And that should leave me with a couple to continue being in a bit of in the backlog. And since we moved some over, now we can start getting rid of these ones. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 4 of the barges. I'm just right now. I'm just selling. Actually, we can probably remove more than 4. So yeah, let's remove 8 of them. And then, once we've confirmed this line's stable and have the number of ships on it, we'll do the other one with the same number, and then we might wind up adding 1 or 2 more, because it does have to detour out, as I said. But, yeah. I wonder if there is a way to encourage them to pull up further. I don't know. I don't want to have to brute force mod the behavior of the ships to get them to function. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. And I actually think that the Schaffhausens, the steamships I have right now, are actually the fastest ones I have in terms of just regular speed. And if that is the determining factor, well, let's see, what is the rate on this line right now? 737. I mean, it doesn't have, now mind you, no, it even has a not like a, no, that isn't a queue. So yeah, it isn't queuing up. But I don't know. And actually, that does bring up a question, because in a little while, I think it's in the 70s, that massive container ship unlocks. And it only has a loading speed of 20 for some reason. I think the modder just chronically underestimated loading speed. Like, everything seems to be 1/10 what it should be. But, yeah, the loading speed, though, on the massive cargo ship is 20. But it has 1,200 capacity. So, I wonder. I mean, obviously, you know, we'd have the issue of this potentially flooding while it's moving. Because it would only take, like, 2 trains coming in to just fill this up. But if we had 2 of them, we would always have them and set them to wait until full. We would usually have 1 queuing. And then that one would, you know, very slowly fill. But so long as the filling itself could keep up. Like, I don't know. This is, you know, genuine experimentation that I'm going to have to do to see how this sort of stuff works. Because I would like to be able to get a line up to rate of 1600, you know, and ship the iron ore and the coal on a single line. Because I'm guessing that those container ships have like a ton of compartments. I'll need to check when they unlock, because I can't pull up a second instance of the game to check. But I'll check when they unlock. But anyway, let's see though what the partial upgrade's been doing to the rate here. Oh, it's technically dropped by a good bit. You know, let's just go ahead and upgrade them, and we'll sell. Yeah, I don't like doing this method, but yeah, we will replace the rest of the old ships, and then we'll sell off down to what we actually need. Oh no, I didn't want to clone. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to replace. Yeah, let's replace these with cargo. These guys. Let's see, what does it say the rate is now? 846. And hopefully that'll adjust upward to... Well, actually, let's see what this one currently says that its rate is. Oh, really? It's dipped all the way down to less than 600? Jeez. Yeah, these guys are actually doing worse than the other ones were. Wow. Jeez. Yeah. I don't know. But that's the thing though, it says the rate's down to 600, but it's not piling up over here. So, I don't know, is it just because they're all, like, bunched up over here? I don't know. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We are going to, just for a little bit, completely forget about that. Ooh. Well, let's not completely forget about this. We've got a bit of a massive clog right now. Jeez. Okay, so I'm guessing that guy's wanting to go that way. That guy's filling the junction and the blockage. Yeah, let's pause this, because that's a real nasty blockage. Okay, that guy's going on the cargo line for some reason. Why are you doing this? The heck are you doing, you idiotic engine? What are you doing? Why? Just why? It's coming all the way up here. Go through all of that, down to there, turn around. Why? Just why? Why would you think that's the best route? Or, no. Just no. Okay, so, tracing from here, so it goes up there, which is what it's supposed to do. Turns around there, which is what it's supposed to do. Goes over there, comes down to here, cuts across that, and goes into the other passenger track. That's what it's supposed to do. And then it goes on down the passenger track. And then, for some reason, it decides to turn around in the cargo section. Then go all the way back down, turn around in the cargo section, and come back. Why? No, you're not supposed to do that. Just why? Okay, we are going to force it to go via that signal. There, was that really that hard? Game. Now, let's see what it does if I turn this off. You good. You good now, you stupid thing. And it's probably gonna clip through that train. Oh no, it's rerouting itself to get back onto that line. Just, why? That's what I want to know. Why did it even think that was a possible route, much less a good one? Jeez. That was a bit nuts. But I put the double slips back in there, so that apparently wasn't the issue. My guess... I don't know. I don't even know why it would have done that. I genuinely don't know what would have caused that. Okay, so we just unlocked the Mark 1s, the Mark 1 coaches, which... I mean, I mainly got these guys because I wanted the blood and custard coaches to use for my Thomas stuff with the A1 for Gordon and the Express, because those ones only do 160 and these guys do 203, so we need the faster coaches to keep up with them. But I still can't get over, though, just how, like, 90% of this time, this game's AI is really good and really smart and just does a good job. And then it does something like that just makes you question everything. I mean, anyway, though, it's fixed now. Not that big a deal. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, and the town is now starting to actually expand out up to there. That was upgraded by the city, not by me. So yeah, I might actually have to see if I can squeeze in a, maybe can I squeeze in a passenger stop there? It actually will let me. Oh, nope, it won't. I only thought it was going to let me. It will if I straighten that road out a bit, though, which that's an old, outdated road, so I definitely can't. I mean, there's really no need for that road at all. And if I... Yeah, like, there is no need for that. So I can, you know, completely remove that road, and I'll put that junction back in with meter. Oh, well, wait, never mind, they did it for me. Although, since they used the newer road, I'll set keep and keep. And we'll upgrade that bit to being a bit newer. There we go. Or not newer, bigger, because that was already the new one. Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna put on a passenger terminal here. And just a moment, I'm gonna go shut up my watch. I had it set to give me an alarm for doing the 5 o'clock streams that I've been trying to do after work. And I'm not wearing it, and it's sitting over there on my dresser beeping and driving me nuts. So I will be back momentarily to start expanding this tram line. There we go. That should have shut it up. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that even out, out to this area probably is covered by the subway network, but anyway, so the tram is going around the city this way, so it goes to there and to there, and I think I'm gonna run it. Actually, I'm gonna want to. You know, now it's actually getting kind of important that I managed to over and under my way through all of that stuff. And actually, let's see. Is there a setting in this that lets me put on tram track? No, there isn't, and there really ought to be. Just gonna put that out there. Or at the very least, you know, like, just for instance, I'm gonna put in, you know, big road, just to make sure it's not just for the small road that it does this, but, you know, put that in, right? Oh, okay, apparently it works now. Does it work with catenary? Of course now it works. This is lovely. Now, I'm not gonna put trams on the route that I did with the little traction engines now, although I might add a couple of trams to it, but now, does that not work with these little tunnels? Construction not possible, it says. Maybe it's to do with the steepness of the tunnel, like, maybe it's because of, like, how sharp that turn is or something, maybe? I don't know. Well, as I said, let's do some experimentation. Apparently that's the theme for today's episode, is doing some experiment. So let's try doing this with the tiny road. Does it work with the tiny road? Yes, it does. Okay. Does it work with the tiny road and being as steep as possible? Yes, it does. Does it work with... Actually, let's see. Does it work with one of the older material things and the tiny road and being as steep as possible? Is that it? Yes, it does. Okay, does it work? If I get into the proper menu. Does it work? So the tiny road as steep as possible. Let's set the underground road to, like, -90. Because I think that's what I was doing before. It was 90 degrees underground. Okay. Does that work? Yes, it does. Well, let's try something. Okay. Does it work with all of that, but bit of road connected to it underground. It actually goes in at all. Hello? Maybe it has to be curvy for some reason? Yeah, there we go. Probably because it wasn't coming out straight. So let's see, does it work now? That's the problem. Okay. Well, with that information, I might be able to just get trams through there. So apparently it does work, just like with the underground station mod. You can't upgrade it with anything connected at all. Because it just breaks horrifically for whatever reason. So anyway, we are going to remove that little dude. And we're going to remove that. And we're going to take this. We are going to add tram track with catenary. And looky there, it works. Okay. So now let's remove just that small piece. Okay, apparently this is directly connected. So we'll have to also remove that piece. And that piece. Which, okay, that's fine. Oh no, apparently that is a separate bit, okay. So we remove all of that, get that completely disconnected from everything. Now that works. Take a hair out, because apparently right there it's collisioning, right there it's not. That's fine. Then we'll connect from there. Okay. Oh, that's right, I had to go through and make a T-junction for this to work. Throw it out a little bit, like there, for convenience. Doing this. So that's got that connected up. And, oh, I should have done yes. Electric. Not just yes, but electric tram specifically. Anyway, we need to trim that off first anyway. Yeah, we need this guy going from there. There. Apparently it won't form a tunnel now for whatever dumb reason. So we'll bring it back, put it into there. And we'll do it from, nope, not from there, from there, there you go. Over to there we go. There it goes. Now it's going in. Okay. We want to go a little further so that it doesn't make that nasty lump. There we go. No nasty lump. Everything's happy. And then over here, we're going to need to do the same. We're going to need to remove, if I can get an angle on it, just the one bit. Okay, so that is the nearest bit, apparently. Oh yeah, and we also need to remove the tiny little bit connecting it into that junction. I know that glitches the route out. Don't care, I'm gonna fix it momentarily. Shut up about me messing your route up. actually use the controls correctly instead of being an idiot. And then from there, come on, form, there you go. Hey, there you go. And now that's got all of that hooked up with tram track going through my little tunnel. Oh, and I need to do this one. And it needs to come straight out and then curve in. Like that. There we go. And now we can go ahead and put tram track there, tram track there, and tram track there, and tram track there, and maybe also some tram track there, and there, and also there. Actually, so, no, I think I'm gonna redo that little bit. I'm gonna plow a road straight through from that junction, and I'm actually gonna remove this bit. I'm gonna take a normal city road with my tram track. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this without the tram track at first. But anyway, we're gonna just take this from there and just plow straight on through all of that. They'll rebuild around it. It'll be fine. So yeah, just straight on through there. And then, it's definitely an interesting junction. I did it that way so that we get that nice and 90 degree, but it's wound up giving me just interesting. Not bad, just interesting. Yeah, I don't want that bit to tram track to go up along this fairly main road. And then we're going to electrify that bit. And electrify that station. And then, now, I'm thinking that what I'm going to want to do is have a transfer yard. Yeah, I'm going to want to have a transfer for the tram coming out this way, rather than just extend the main line. So I think what I'm going to do is this guy. I'm going to give you a tram platform. Not cargo, passenger trams. Just, normal tram length tram platform. And we're going to put in a new line. And it's going to come. Well, first things first, let's put in some intermediate stops. Because we may as well. So let's grab that and pin it. And grab that and pin it. And none of that has coverage via the tram. I could, put in a stop over on this side too. Actually, I would come like up here, maybe turn around in there, then go back down under, and it'd be a crazy windy little tram route, ducking, back and forth through there. But I actually kind of like the idea of doing that. Although I don't think it'll let me squeeze one in, but I can put just a regular stop in. Now, first let's do this side. So we're gonna need one over here-ish. Yeah, let's get one right at the corner here. And this is gonna be both ways. Can you put one underground? Nah. Oh, you can. You know what? I'm gonna do that just because I can. And I think it's super funky and cool. Yeah, there's gonna be a tram stop underground here. And actually, for that underground bit, I'm gonna see if it'll let me do this. What I wanna do, I'm gonna take the 4-lane road with electric tram and bus lane. Okay, so can't do the whole thing, obviously. So let's try grabbing this, and let's try just seeing if I can get this to work. Break it there. And then let's see if I grab that and tell it to upgrade. And it will, and that actually gives it a little pull-off space for the tram. The tram can actually slip off, and that area, because it's got the bus lane, is basically only going to be used for the tram here. And also, I think the little traction engines will also come through there, but still. And oh, but I used truck stops for some stupid, idiotic reason. Come on, grab. There you go. That's what I wanted to remember. Let's put in the right type of stop now. And now let's grab and pin that. And yeah, we still don't actually have anything up here. But I think if I grab maybe this guy with keep and keep. Well, actually, I might also turn on yes bus lanes and have this just be a pedestrian path. The corner's just a little too close, though. Okay, let's do that little thing to make it actually be curvy again. Come out, nah. Well, that would give a walking path. Oh, it's too much sloping in between those. Is there anywhere that it doesn't? Okay, so yeah, we can get through there, and it puts in a walking path. If I can get it to, I'd like to make it actually connect in. But it's not going to, at least not that way. Went in for a moment there. Yeah, it messes up that whole area though, and I'm not so big on that, so no. I mean, since it is only a walking path, and it has that path connection there. And now, we can put a, tram stop over here, and it might connect up to that stuff. Not sure, but it might. Let's see. We put in our lovely little tram stop right on the corner there. Let's see, does either corner work better than the other? They both cover it, so I'm gonna put it on that one. And then we're now gonna pin that one. We got like 2 buildings here that aren't quite covered. That's annoying. But I can do the same thing that I did there though, just over here. And since this is going to be pedestrian only with no lights, I don't care if I put this really close to the other T-junction. I'm just going to run it right straight on across. Bus lanes, yes. And since it's a small road, it won't put in any traffic lights. And that should, probably that one, which needs to be replaced with a proper tram stop. No, it's still not quite close enough, huh? No. That needs to be moved anyway, so we'll remove it. And let's get our trammy stop. And we'll put it in. Let's see. Oh no, never mind. That is just a graphical glitch. Because you see, even if we put it like here where it's, you know, very much in range, those don't light up. So yeah, that is just a graphical glitch. So yeah, over here is fine. So that's now a tram stop instead of a truck stop, because it was a truck stop before for some reason. But those are a bit too close. I actually am going to move it, but only to the other side of that intersection. I'm just gonna move it to right there. That's just a smidge. Yeah. Yeah, and I kind of like that. Having, you know, the little underground place where the trams can slip off and pick people up is also kind of cool. So yeah, we're going to get in a new line, and it's going to go from there to, so it's going to go up through the tunnel there, then it's going to come up through that station, then to there, to there, and then back to there, then to there, and to there. And then we actually need another passenger bit in here for this to become a proper transfer. So we actually need just some, oh, I hate that those underground ones actually do collision. Okay, we're gonna mess with this. Hopefully I can just take off that little building right there, and it'll let me extend that tram station now. It should. Yeah, it should let me extend that now. And I could probably get in more than one. Yeah, it would let me put in two, but I only need the one. I am going to go ahead and do it, though, with the full 3 bits of platform. And that actually does make it a little more efficient, too. If I really wanted to go for efficiency on the passenger route, I'd remove the cargo station, put the passenger one in, and then put the cargo station further back. But I prefer having the passenger ones on the outside. But anyway, now we need to grab the main tram line, though, and manage it, and tell it, okay, so I'm going to move School Lane back to there. So after School Lane is when we want to go in there. So after there, you're going to go to there. But to clean that up a little bit and make it a bit nicer, we're going to remove School Lane and then put it right back in again, just over there. Which we should still have the full coverage. That isn't moved much, and with that being added in, that should pick up any slack that there is. But that'll just make it a bit more efficient, and it'll just come up here and just nip down in through there, come back up. And then line 8 there comes from there. And this one just turns around inside the station. And then that goes through our main tunnel there. And up through all those tram stops. And covers that half of the city. And just to make sure. So yeah, the subway covers up through there. And then we have that stop there, which covers that. But yeah, there is actually a chunk of the town now that is no longer covered by the subway. And so that little tram shuttle there will actually, basically, it'll also, you know, just run people around in this area. But the main thing it'll do is like that little residential cluster there. It'll pick people up from there and drop them off, you know, either at that underground station or over here, where they can then walk more conveniently to the subway. And actually, I wonder if I don't think it would let me, but it'd be cool though if I could put in an underpass coming like out of that tunnel bit over to there. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't think that's how the underpass connections thing works. So I'm not gonna mess with it. But anyway, now if we run it, oh, also, please tell me it didn't screw any. But yeah, it's not connected to there, but that really doesn't matter. And so yeah, we're fine. Although I do need to paint in the tiling there a little bit better. So let's hexagon tiles because I just really like them. In this area, I'm just going to fill in because theoretically in the in-game stuff, that had already been paved underneath of that. So I'm just going to put in full pavers there, and then I'll erase that little bit that snuck out here. There we go. Well, I didn't get the corners very well, did I? Oop. Didn't want to erase. I want hexagon tiles. Yeah. Same in this corner. Just up like this. Make absolutely certain. And over here it also looks like, yeah, there we go. And that looks a little bit better. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this big city. I think I've actually done pretty good with this. Some of my other ones have definitely been either not particularly great in some instances or complete and total failures in others, but this one's been pretty good. And actually, one thing I wanted to check is theoretically that subway line should be doing, yeah. I mean, I still have, a decent amount of emissions because of all the trams, but because I don't have as many passenger trams, it's like the subway underground. I mean, right here, in that funky bit where it's underwater because it says so, which I still haven't removed that. And at this point in the game, I think I find it too amusing to remove, so it's just gonna stay there. But yeah, that bit actually is making noise emissions because it's not a tunnel, which contributes to the redness of this area, although it's mostly that coal train. But yeah, I mean, the emissions definitely aren't great, especially with all of that. Like this is like it's like over here in this little residential area, it is just ridiculously noisy. Like these people are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just steam engines all over the place. Like these guys, have freight trams running up and down in front of their door, and massive freight trains running back and forth, right behind their backyard, just day in and day out. So I can see why they're, complaining about the noise level. But like over here, for instance, that is like so much quieter. We have like a couple of electric trams that make the loop, but for the most part, there's just not much over here. Like 65, that's pretty good. I mean, obviously, out in the middle of nowhere, it's 0, but like in here, you know, it's white, and it's in the 40s, and that's considered completely fine. You know, 50 is still it's still considered, you know, fun. Yeah, like, you know. So yeah. Now, just out of morbid curiosity, oh, it almost makes it up to 90. Geez. I wonder if it's even possible to get emissions up to 100 in an area. But yeah, those are like just, I mean, it makes sense. It's like, you know, massive, as I said, massive trains day in and day out still. Yeah. I'm glad I figured out, though, how to get the tram tracks to run through those little tunnely bits. And I wish that both that guy and the underground station guy would figure out how to make them a little bit less oversensitive with their collisions. But anyway, yeah, we still have a bit of stuff to do though. It won't like glitch me out into the middle of nowhere. Okay, so yeah, I still have no tram there, so I'm gonna need to do that at some point. But let's come over here and just check this out, see how it's doing. Yeah, I about expected that. Yeah. We're gonna just... let's get it. At least 2. I mean, that's 81. It's not overflowing. So 2 might actually do us on that line. But the 1 was not even close to enough. But yeah, the ones we put on there, though, seem to be handling it pretty well. Yep. Well, little bitty Russian passenger trams, and then the more British-style ones for the cargo. The reason I did that is because these ones have slightly better emissions and better loading speeds. Plus, I just kind of like them, but they don't have a cargo variant, so I was forced to use those for the cargo. But I like them both. They're both cool. Actually, I do think, though, that both of those lines could do with another cargo trim. So let's see, which lines are that? No, not that. We want that. So, no, not that one. We want... there we go, that. So, line 3 needs one more. Line 3 and 4 each need another tram. Cargo tram, specifically. So, not cargo delivery 3, line 3. I need to go in and name those. Ooh, we just got the Class 8s. We got the faster Buyer Garretts. We got yet another variation on the Princess Royal. Okay, so this is actually my first look at those Class 8s. So they're actually really slow. Like, they're even slower than the, you know, tiny wooden tram engine that I have for Toby. Let's go in and take a closer look at it. So yeah, we kind of, like, there's a bunch of different variant paint schemes that and just gonna look and see, do they actually change if you put paint on? Nope. But yeah, so we have BR blue and black and red. But yeah. Yeah, they're 160 on the power, which is 165,000 a year. And just to compare that with the little tram engines, just... oh, don't tell me that those are gone. Nope. Get it. And we'll grab the British Railways one just because. So yeah, they're actually exactly the same power, which is kind of weird because they're, say, more expensive, which... So these guys are 43, 160, and 40 tractive effort versus 32, 261, and 160. Okay, so yeah, they are more powerful, but they're even slower. So I don't see myself using these guys except for, when I'm, just specifically want them to have a class 8 on the line. But, I mean, I'm glad I got them. Yeah, these are, these ones are both generic in-game ones, but yeah. But, yeah. And this area, and even the passenger line here, is starting to get pretty busy, too. Yeah, I definitely like the fact that we have, a bunch of little trains running around doing the passenger stuff. I mean, it does make sense to me. Yeah, so ooh. These guys are now getting just under rate, so let's see. The Boodle or Shuttle is, oh wow, that's actually a good bit under rate. They're doing 1,089 right now. Let's see. Yeah, right now they're, crossing that. Okay, there's a thought. I could actually, oh no, okay, so they actually aren't bridging at all, so I actually could, bring them around, go parallel, and do an overpass there. I mean, I'd have to come over even more and in. But that would, although, actually, what I'm going to do here is I am going to say, put a little short block in here and say, because now those guys should book that block from right the way back here is when they should get the block across that. And let's also just speed things up a little with a clearing signal there. But we do have like an entire another train in storage that we could just chuck out onto this line. I mean, it's not like there's not enough track space out here to handle it. And that probably is the better move rather than just fiddling about with this. The Boodle Iron Ore Shuttle is where this guy's bound for. Boom. So yeah, instead of shuttling the steel and iron ore over here by Biddulph, it's going to come out here to shuttle the grain and iron ore out by Boodle. Ooh, jeez. Oh man, no. Those guys are starting to get under rate now. And there's not much I can do about that, is there? Let's see. Actually, let's see. 1845. So, 1,200. Another 200 is... Okay, so no, these guys are just clearing backlog. This is the issue out here. Yeah, those guys are just clearing backlog. Those guys actually were under rate. Yeah, that's just from building up a backlog while all my trash was clogged. So yeah, those guys just need to come out to get out here and start clearing the platform. Which, yeah, that guy's gonna take a good sized chunk out of it too. Yeah, no, that's just old backlog being cleared. Although, that guy looks like he's gonna need a couple more wagons. And just because I feel like it, I'm gonna just check out the new universals. Okay, so let's make sure that he still does flip yes, or drive backwards yes. Yep. So, let's also color him while I'm thinking of it so that that new wagon will be covered. And then now, should start moving again shortly. Yeah. Then when he gets back and picks the load, I want to see how that how the new wagon distributes the load, because the older one, like those ones do nicely, but the 80-kilometer-an-hour flat cars are a bit funky in that they do, like, you know, that, but then they just whack a big one on the end. I'm not so big on that. I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't know. But part of me is tempted to just flip him around, but I'll let him complete this journey. Just the little bitty, generic, early British well tank. Yeah, I decided to put this guy on this line because I definitely don't give particular engine nearly enough love. I mean, well tanks are pretty cool, and one of my favorite real life engines is a well tank. It's like, in general, I tend to prefer the saddle tanks. So, but yeah. Yeah. And this guy's got a really old style American cupola caboose, which, I mean, looks weird with all the British stuff. But weird in a good way, in my opinion. Yeah, let's wait for this guy to pull in and see how that faster universal flat car loads up. Any minute now. Actually, I hope that these two are parked side by side, because I want to compare the length on that flat car to the length on these guys. Because if it's yeah, it is slightly more than double, which means that we actually would increase in length replacing the generics with those. But yeah, yeah. But hopefully that guy should have enough rate to keep up. Although I can check. No, not that one. This one is shipping to 80. Oh wow, yeah, no, that guy's not nearly close to the rate. So 89 plus pools are shipping. No, I don't want the station. I want the actual pool work, which is that one. Is shipping 68. So that's basically 160 is how much rate this guy needs. So yeah, this is definitely going to need, you know, quite a few more cars and another engine. Because right now, what's the rate? Oh no, the rate is 233. So yeah, no, this guy should be able to handle it. He only needs 160. So yeah, no, that extra was more than enough. Yeah, and I definitely prefer the way that that's loading it up to the way that the 80-kilometer-an-hour ones did. So I don't know, but I'll just leave that guy alone. He's doing a pretty good job. you can keep right on going. Let's see, are they starting to clear this platform? Let's see, what is the rate on this line now? 1887, yeah, that's plenty. It only needs 1400. And this platform's starting to get cleared. Yeah. Because those guys, the rate was back up to being fine. They were just dealing with a backlog from that clog up that we'd had earlier. And yep, this one's doing fine. Yep. Yeah, everything seems to be doing basically fine. Actually, that's one thing that I do want to check is that, let's see. Yeah, we do have a bunch of goods and machines delivery stuff over here. Just want to make sure that it is all covered. Yeah, and it's all covered by that. So that's where that stuff's going to. Let's see, is that line under rate now, though, now that is... If that line is with the... No, it's not. Those little dudes are handling it fine. Because I was going to say, because I can add some... Oh no, they're bringing goods in. Oh, so those goods and machines are probably being dropped off directly from the train station, actually. Let's see. Yeah, that directly covers, like, all of that. Although I might need a drop-off, like, over there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I actually do need a drop-off point. Over here somewhere. I mean, ideally, I'd put it, like, in there. But does this still catch it? Yeah, that's still... Putting one there does still catch everything. So yeah, I'm going to put one there. And then we'll get some we'll get a line in and put some trams on it. And it's just going to go from there. Straight on over. Oh man, I put in a tram stop instead of a cargo stop. I always grab the wrong one. It seems like literally whichever one I want, I grab the other one. And when I set it to be tram, it will snap to go that way. But it is still going to do that, which I'm perfectly fine with. Although actually, I think I'd rather it go the other way. Come to think of it. So actually, yeah, we're going to remove you. Put it the other way. That'll avoid it crossing over real nastily on the way back. Yeah, so now if we pull that up, when it comes in here, it's going on the right side here and on the left side there, so it doesn't cross over itself on that intersection. So just keep things a little cleaner. And then I'm going to put I think just one of the newest electric trams on that will more than do it. So yeah, we'll just grab one of those, and then we'll color it and put it on the new line. Line 9, I believe that was. Yep. And it's doing, you know, all the funky, loopy stuff from out in the tunnel. But I don't really have an issue with that. Well, now it's going straight up there, which is a little cleaner. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. This area is definitely quite busy. That's for sure. And it is going to put yet another tram going over that bridge, but yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that bridge isn't clogged up to the point that it's being a complete bottleneck yet. If it had let me, it might be worth upgrading the size of that bridge just so that more stuff can get through. Let's see. Or get through faster anyway. Let's see. Nope, I'm betting it's... okay, so multiple reasons that I can't. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. I just can't do it, is the answer. Yeah. Yeah, now we should be actually delivering out to everything over there, getting a little bit better coverage for the main city. Yeah, at some point I'm going to want to go through and just make absolutely certain that everything's covered. Like, for instance, yeah, like that's not covered anymore. So we might need to either move that stop or put in, you know, yet another line coming out here. Let's see. Does that cover? Yeah, that covers all the way out to the point, so that area is permanently fine. Same there. Same there. But we're now getting industry out here, which we weren't before, so we'll need one coming out this way. Which actually, it's going to mean getting rid of some of the industry because I want a big enough road that it can actually turn around nicely. So we're just going to put in that little bit right there. And then we'll put in our little drop-off point. Okay, maybe we won't, but it should automatically go around there. But now I'm going to make that a bit longer because it is a lot better if you can get it to actually have the station on that area where it's got the dedicated lane. Actually, just to be sure that town doesn't do anything dumb, let's just first turn on the curvy. And we're just going to bring this right out until it's just up against the water. Yeah, now tram will come drop off up there, and since that's bus lanes, regular cars won't get in the way of it. And we're gonna put in that, and on that bit we're gonna add bus lanes as well. Because this is a big road and we're putting tram on it, so. And I could continue the big road out further, but don't feel much of a need to. Let's see, does that cover... Ooh, that actually doesn't cover everything out here, does it? Ooh. Well then. It probably would if I put like a direct connection there. Either a bridge or an underpass over in that area. It does direct connect out to here. So I might just like, you know, take out like one of these small buildings over here and put an underpass over this side. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because having an underpass like there is entirely reasonable. Actually, no, I don't need to remove it either. I can just, or pause the game, or any of this stuff. I just need to go into here, grab that guy, and rotate it the right way around. There we go, and I can just barely get it so it only removes the one building. That's exactly what I want. And we want this one. There we go. And now that covers down to the point there. And since I don't think they're going to actually expand this on their own, now that it's getting to the point that it's going to start like collisioning into the water, I'm going to finish this area up for them. And for some reason they removed that building, which is fine by me, as it means I can put this bit in without having to remove anything. Yeah, we're going to have that go there. And then just make a little windy bit, mostly because I overextended that and didn't want to redraw it, and they're probably going to decide to connect that up, but if the city wants to do that, they can go right straight ahead. Actually, now I'm going to do it myself just to keep the roads out here fairly neat. And then let's get in a, not rail, we want road. Get in a, okay, so that's actually very, very tight squeeze there. I can do it, though. Go in like that, and then we'll do a nice sweeping coastal road. Come out there. So we'll come back a little, get a little bit better of an angle, and then we'll hopefully connect up to here. Okay, so we'll come perfectly straight for a bit, and now we should miss the water there. And it'll remove that building, but ooh, I just realized I've been putting bus lanes and tram tracks in there. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want it there, and we don't want it there. And now we'll set it to keep so we don't mess anything up in the future. But anyway, yeah, here we're gonna want one curling up into there. Oh, no, I do want it curvy. So I want it to curve that way. And then we'll curve the other way to make it all the way into the point. Like that. And that should put a few houses along there. We'll put another one that's going to come out to here. And hopefully it doesn't decide to completely wreck the stuff I did for the key walls. But if it does, it does, but I hope it doesn't. But yeah, and that's the roads pre-done out here so that the city doesn't make a complete mess of them. It probably will put in like a couple of connecting roads there, but I don't mind if it does that. Probably will put a connecting road there. It might put something there that's kind of nasty. Hope not. And the rest of it shouldn't mess up. And let's just see. Yeah, these guys are target 488, current 484. So these guys aren't going to go up very much. Although, apparently, if we can supply them with more food, we might be having a drop-off issue. Let's see, so that covers all of that, which is most of the commercial area here. And that'll cover that area. That's industrial. What little is back there. Let's just see. There's also a lot of food up in here, but it's covered by that, or that, or that, so it should all be getting it. That might just be that the food plant just can't keep up with the food demands of this map. Although it's only producing 300 right now, which means that... ooh, that's a pretty bad percentage. Makes sense, though, on this one. Yeah, that platform is fine. This platform they still haven't finished catching up. Let's check their line rate, though. It's down a little. Just a moment. Just Mom asking what I want for dinner. I probably am going to be wrapping up this stream at some point soon, but not immediately. Yeah, these guys are, though, definitely having a bit of a issue with backing up. Yeah, nothing particularly great here. Yeah, it is kind of annoying, though, that area won't, yeah. I might wind up putting in an overpass or a flyover, just to, help with those guys. Maybe. Actually, what I could do is just remove that completely and just say that guy reserves that junction right out of the station, and then put another signal right in there, and that should effectively give that guy top priority coming into here. Although, actually, I don't think I want to go that close, because he is coming around that corner pretty slow. That could hold up my trains there for a while. Although right now he's holding up for a while anyways. Oh, there's no signals in here. No wonder this is being such a bloody pain. Yeah, of course this thing's backed up if I didn't bother signaling that entire loop. Jeez, what was I thinking? Yeah, and that'll allow him to move now. And then I'll put a signal directly behind him once he gets himself stopped at that other signal. And actually, I could signal a little ways in, too. Because I did the thing with this where I, tricksily shortened the actual track portion of the platform. So now I can put, clearing signals halfway up the station and let them get started pulling in a little sooner, which will help. But let's see, so that guy's coming in. So I could probably just parallel the ones that already exist. Just put one like there, and there, and there, and there. And also there. Oh no, we don't want those going the other way though, we want them that way. That way. Put in the new one, then remove the old one. There we go. And the same thing here. And that ought to do. Oop, didn't mean to do that though. Yes, I know I've screwed it up. There you go, all better. And let's give him another one halfway through. I couldn't on this one because of that mess, but that should massively increase the throughput on this guy, because they can queue up over here now, which will really... And now, let's also put in a signal right there. Should be fine. That'll let them pull out. And I'm gonna leave in that one. Like, I know it's mainly intended to be a clearing signal, and it will wind up causing some clogging of the passenger line, but perfectly honest, it's not like Boodle has, you know, that many passengers to be picked up, and so if the passenger train gets a little delayed, oh well. Yeah, and that's now getting... Oh... No, why? No, why would you do this to me? No. You idiot, no. Why would you do that? Fortunately, the second benefit of this, I can do that. Now this guy, who is currently still facing forward, is going to pull in behind that guy, sneak his way out, instead of being an idiot and getting himself permanently stuck in the shuttle station. Really, why? Just why? It was probably when I broke that connection for a moment is when he got himself in there. But, geez. But fortunately, he's only going to clog up this guy for a little bit, and once again, that's only going to be for a little bit until he pulls through, so. And he's also going to clog up the shuttle train way back over here for a little bit, too. He'll get out of everybody's way shortly. At least he managed to get off of that section so that guy could pull up to here at least. Yep, and now he's going to pull out and get back where he's supposed to be. But, you know, let's see, though. The rate hasn't gone up yet, but it should be able to go up soon. Because those guys should be completing faster journeys now that they don't have to wait for as long. And once they've been doing that for a while, it should realize that their frequency's gone up and put their rate up as well. We'll have to see, of course, but theoretically. Royal Scot and one of the Cornwalls, whereas this one's a large Atlantic and an Atlantic, which this actually has a bit lower power, I believe. If I manage it, so I can actually check the power rating. Yeah, that one's like 1500 versus 1750. So I'm actually gonna see. I need something that can do, you know, 120-ish, 120, 160 with very low power. Probably not gonna find it. Or I could replace that one with something that does, like 500-ish. Nope, not quick enough. No, I know that's not even close. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it with the one slightly lower power. I mean, it's not too big a deal. It will slow down the rate on the entire thing by just a little bit, but hopefully not by too horribly much. Is this doing any better than the 12? Yeah, there we go. Now it's back up. It just needed a little while for it to unclog itself, figure out what the heck it was even doing. And that's going to be probably all of them picked up in one go. If not, I might need to put another crane on that line, which, well, I wouldn't mind doing. I mean, it would definitely not be a bad thing. And I also need to expand the tram network here, which, once I do that, I'm almost certainly going to need one. So yeah. And actually, that doesn't cover all the way out to there anymore, does it? But that one, no, that one doesn't either. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of rearranging of the tram stuff in Boodle. So yeah, we're going to put tram track, and this is going to become a much bigger loop. So it's now going to come, turn there, and it's going to go up. Oh, this is still going to be no catenary. It's going to go up there. Now, do that bit I somehow missed. Yeah, it's going to go around there, up there. Let's see, how far back does that one cover? Not far enough. So, let's get in some new roads. So we're going to do road through there, and a road from there. Although, I want a little nicer curve than that. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll put our tram track all the way around. And then up, and it's going to come back in, going that way. And so that stop is actually no longer going to be a thing. But I'm going to leave it in. But the route is now going to come out there. Then it's still going to hit that one, but now it's going to come up to here. It's going to come back through down there. And then it's going to stop off over there. Which that still only barely covers out to here. But, yeah. If I have to, I'll actually put in a bit of the, gravels, like knock that road back and put in a bit of the gravel stuff to cut off further expansion that way. You know, try and force it to fill this out before it builds more out that way. And in fact, I am at least going to crop those two roads off for now. And we're going to redo the Boodle tram now. So you are no longer doing that. After here, you first are going to go there. And that's still correct, but after that, you go to there, and there, and then to there. I could make it a little more nice by putting that there, and then it would only have to slow down on one turn instead of 3. And let's see. And this is, yeah, I think that's the oldest style of tram too, rather than the Russian ones. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna send a Russian one out there to join it. They're the same speed, like literally exactly the same speed and power and weight and stuff. The only real difference is load speed and emissions. So yeah, this guy's gonna go out onto the Boodle tram. Join the one that's already out there, and with all those additional stops, that should bring in a lot more passengers. Have a lot more, you know, places connected up to. And that'll mean more passengers going both ways on the rail line there. So I'm going to add one more train onto that. And this one I'll do with the newer colored ones, like I did with the other new trains. I love how tangled this section is. Like, I don't know, I love that, like, half pre-planned look, where it's like, you know, you've got the really nice, you know, clearly well thought out, well laid out section, but then you've got, like, all these little, you know, spaghetti junction bits that are like, okay, we need a bit there, we need a bit there, we need a bit, we need another track coming in, where can we shove it? We can shove it through there. I don't know, I really like that. For no good reason, but I do. Anyway, though, it is, like, after 6 o'clock, so I do believe that I'm going... Well, first, I just want to see. Yeah, those are still limited to 161. Oh, well. Worth looking. But I'm going... And these guys are 170 some... Yeah, 170 some. So, yeah. It's still going to be the unlimited A4. So, one of these guys... in my fancy colors. And yeah, we have just the Mark 1s. We could use these, but they're still not fast enough. And same for those. So nope, it is going to be the British Pullmans and the colorful one, and we're going to grab first class, a third class, and a third class brake. And this is going to go on the Bootle to Blackpool. Boom. And I think we're just going to grab onto that, and that's going to be our train ride for the day. We're going to come back, maybe all the way back to the cab, but at least, you know, hanging off the side rather than floating in midair. Let's see. Yeah, no, you really can't see out of the cab, so we'll hover over here. And this is going to be the cab ride for today. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this for a little while. Yeah, I'm not going to, you know, run off like I did completely like I did the one time.